Splash brothers Steph Curry and Klay Thompson may not actually be brothers, but they both join the family business. Klay's father, Michael, helped the Showtime Lakers win titles in 1987 and 1988. And Steph's dad, Dell, is the Charlotte Hornets' all-time leading scorer, as one of the best shooters in the game. Now, if you've ever watched Dell flick that wrist, it's pretty easy to understand how Steph is flirting with becoming, as Steve Nash described him recently, the greatest shooter in NBA history. You see, the Currys played a lot of horse growing up, and Dell started feeling pressure from Steph at a young age, causing their games to turn into left-handed bank shots, crazy floaters, shots from out of bounds. Sound familiar? Well, Steph finally beat his pops at horse when he was 13. Dell now freely admits that Steph is a better shooter than him, and in this piece reflects on how his son grew into the league's MVP.
What's tougher, winning a championship or raising a child? Raising a child. You never stop being a parent. I get nervous because I want him to have his best game ever every time he steps on the floor. When he wins a championship, that's the part you always say, don't live your life through your child. I'm going to live that part with my child. My name's Dell Carey. I played 10 years with the Charlotte Hornets, and I'm the father of Steph Curry. When Steph was a child, he was always super passionate. He's always been really self-reliant. If he found a problem, he liked to figure it out on his own. I realized Steph had athletic talent at a very young age. He could always handle the basketball. Steph was always a very generous kid. He was a very unselfish player. Sometimes he'd be a little too unselfish. The big pivotal moment in Steph's career early was in high school when he lost state finals. He had the ball in his hand, and he passed the ball to the guy that was open, missed a shot. So that was a big pivotal time in his career where I had to tell him, hey, you're the best guy on the floor. You're the guy that we need to take the shot. He remembered that and really gained some confidence, realizing that he needed to be more aggressive and just take charge. That's graduation day. It was a very serious moment. He was being recruited. We knew he was good enough to play collegiate basketball on Division I level. His mother and I went to Virginia Tech. That was the school he wanted to go to, but things didn't work out that way. That was a really tough time for him. He kind of felt rejected a little bit. We really had to make him understand, hey, you're going to follow a different path. Davidson is a great school, playing for a great coach, Bob McKillop. It was a blessing in disguise. It really helped him grow as a person, as a player, as a student. The lesson from that is that you don't need anybody else to validate yourself. You need to validate through you, through your hard work. Understand that what you think is the best for you or where you need to go isn't always the plan that's laid out. So just put your heart and soul in whatever you do, and everything else will work out.
Dell Curry sure passed on the shooting gene to his son. Steph averages 9 more points per game than Dad did during his 16-year NBA career and should pass his father on the all-time threes list next season. The younger Curry shoots a higher percentage from 3 as well. Impressive, with Dell being a 40% three-point shooter.